Hey, good morning. I'm out here at the Prince Complex, passing out supplies as well as doing testing with Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee's office. Paul Wall will be out here a little bit later, as well as the Prince boxing gym. And so this is the first testing that's taking place inside of the Fifth Ward community. This is something that the community has really been asking for a while, and I'm glad to be able to see it here. My name is Marcus Glenn. I'm with Black United Fund of Texas, and we're a local nonprofit that's meeting the needs and serving the citizens inside of this area. Definitely check out Broadcast Houston and their Church in the Wild tomorrow from 3 to 6 out in 3rd Ward.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. I usually say I'm delighted, but I think we're in a mission. We're actually in a war. And so I am delighted to have all of these soldiers that are helping us as we face and confront the surging or resurgence of COVID-19. I asked the question, what does Iowa, Alabama A&M, University of Houston, and a number of other universities have in common? In the recent days, their players have tested positive for COVID-19. This is a matter of life and death. And so today I am delighted, I would say, with the soldiers who are here who understand the seriousness of COVID-19 in the neighborhood that Barbara Jordan and Mickey Leland grew up in, and to be part of the J. Prince Complex, which is an icon in the Fifth Ward and Nickel that has been helping people for a very, very long time. They opened up their site where people have come to for learning how to box with the boxing center across the street, and obviously progressing with Rapalock Records. Their extended family is here, all those who work with them, and many other leaders in Fifth Ward. And what are we doing? What we're trying to do is to test, because the testing should have begun in January, and we should have had a national protocol of testing. We have not done that. So over the last 24 hours, you will see across the nation various states having to recalculate hospital beds, including the state of Texas, that is now considered a hot spot and number 2 or 3 on the list of new cases. This weekend, restaurants will be at 75%. And there's no town that loves their restaurants like Houston, and I do as well. But it is important that we reinforce social distancing. And frankly, as I have analyzed where we are, it is tragic that we're listening and hearing the words of our medical professionals, and we're not paying attention and adhering to what they say. I don't think there should be 75% of persons in restaurants. I do think we should have an economic engine to help them. I do believe that we should immediately pass the HEROES Act so that these entities can continue to be open and survive. $3 trillion that is being stalled by Senator McConnell in the United States Senate. But today, as I introduce those who have committed and been working with us, let me remind us of our numbers. Projections are that we'll have at least 170,000 people that will die of COVID-19. America is a nation that even when they send their sons and daughters into war, we mourn because we lose them, even in a battle of war. We believe life is precious, and each of these individuals who may lose their life or have lost their life, 116,000, is precious to someone's family. Is it worth it that we continue to open at a rapid pace? So today I am calling on the governor to be able to work with local governments and to slow the pace of opening now. Slow it now, because you are sending people on a pathway of no return. How do you deal with football players being tested and are COVID-19 positive? We know that professional sports is edging to go. Protocols have been set up for the NBA and the NFL. MLB is still working. What is going to happen when those teams are out on the field, or families of those teams are in proximity? So I want to use this opportunity to be able to ask the question across the nation and ask for the presidential leadership on whether or not we're moving too quickly, in particularly urban areas where there are a lot of people. So I just want to again cite the number. U.S. confirmed cases, 2.09 million persons, cases. Death, 116,000. Texas, 83,000 and growing confirmed cases. Death, almost 2,000. In Harris County, 15,000 confirmed cases and almost 300 deaths. This is not an attempt to scare anyone, but it is an attempt to wake you up and to realize that every day I hear persons that I know that are in the hospital with COVID-19. We're at a point where you can ask someone if they knew someone that died, and many of them will say yes. There are younger and younger people becoming infected with COVID-19. And as the protest against the vile and devastating murder of George Floyd, who we again offer our sympathy to his family and our love, I want them to protest for justice. We need a change in America. But I hope that if they're in the sound of my voice, if they're on social media, protesters will come out today and be tested. Because today we're taking walk-ups and cars. We're not denying anyone the ability to come and be tested. We also want to put in protocol, a national protocol, that people are tested regularly, that they don't end their tests by coming one day 4 months ago, 4 weeks ago, and never get tested again. The new science says that you may have no symptoms, but you may be infectious and infect grandmother or your mother or someone who is ailing or your coworker. So we're not only here today to show that testing is important. We're here today to emphasize that we've got a real pandemic that is deadly. You cannot see it. It's not like rain. It's not like snow. It's not like ice. You can't reach for it. But we do know that it can be moved, it can be propelled from one to another. In the air, it can hang in the air for a period of time. And so masks are crucial. And in my neighborhoods and in my district, folk are walking around waving, no masks, no masks, none. People are dying. We're going to test and test and test. We're going to test and test and test. And in this area called Fifth Ward, we're going to move to my right, and we're going to continue to test in Fifth Ward and other areas, and some of the rural areas that we have gone to. Tamina, if I can cite them, that we're able to test a rural area. Those people had no way of getting tested. They were a community that was settled with former slaves, right down the road on 45, across from the Woodlands, where testing was going on. There was no testing in Tamina. We're going to find those kinds of neighborhoods and we're going to test. So again, I want to thank the Prince family and Jay Prince. I want to thank his team of Rap-A-Lot Records. And I want to thank Ricky Davis and his foundation. And of course, the powerful force that has been working without ceasing, United Memorial Medical Center, that has been testing and has worked with me to continue to test in the Harris County Jail and will be lined up to be testing other jail facilities. There's so much that we have to do. Let's give UMMC a big hand, please. So I'd like to bring up to the podium Rhonda Prince, and I'd like to thank her for her great work, and as well thank her for being a person that stood with us. As she does that, I'd like to acknowledge Pretty Girls Rock, Paul Wall, who will be asking to say a word. I hope he heard me. People are dying, and the folks are not wearing a mask. And I need the folks to wear a mask. I need the family to wear a mask. And I will take anybody to be part of my extended family. Wear a mask. Rhonda, we're delighted to have you here. I'll just lay this down and you can speak. It'll catch you. Rhonda Prince.
Hello.
Yeah. All right.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. My name is Rhonda Prince. I am part of the Prince family. I am here representing Prince Complex, Rap-A-Lot Records, Ricky Davis Foundation, and many, many other communities that we have, organizations that we have here in the Fifth Ward City. We love our city. We love our community. We got the phone call from Representative SHEILA Jackson Lee asking, would we be willing to help? Would we be willing to open up our doors and our complex to help serve the people? And we immediately said yes. We believe in this cause. We believe that this is real. We believe that people need to be tested. We know, we see, everybody knows somebody now who's come up positive. Everybody has to know somebody now. And some of the people that we are very close to, we've lost people in our families. We've lost some of our friends. We love the community. We love everybody. We want you guys to come out here. You don't have to pre-register. All you have to do is drive up here to our property at 3000 Jensen, and we welcome you. And you can get a free test, and we want to take something home with you also. We want to send you with something home also, because everybody knows when the Prince Complex opened their doors, and when the Prince family and the Rap-A-Lot family say, come on, we have something for you, we care about you, we want to help take care of you. We appreciate you, Representative SHEILA Jackson Lee, for calling on us, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that we immediately said yes, and when you need us, we're here, and we want the city to know this is real.
I love it. Thank you. All right, this is real. This is real. This is real. And we are so grateful for that. And we are grateful to Rap-A-Lot Records. And we are grateful to the rap community in Houston that is very strong. It is very widespread. It's deeply embedded. And it is real as well. So let me have Brother Paul Wall come up here and tell his story about what we are doing trying to save lives. Brother Paul.
First of all, thank you to Mr. J. Prince and the Prince family, the Rap-A-Lot, the foundation and their complex here. They always serve the Houston community and beyond. They always show me as a offspring of that growing up as a fan. They show me as an artist what I need to do to step up. So big shout out to the Prince family for always leading us in the hip hop community here in Houston. Hey man, I know we tired of COVID, but COVID ain't tired of us.
Yeah.
I know we think it's over, but it ain't. Man, we tired of walking outside with masks on and social distancing, but hey man, just because you tired don't mean that you're not gonna get COVID. It's serious, man. And I see, all the jokes, everything. The jokes are funny sometimes, but that don't mean just because it's a funny meme that, okay, COVID is over. It's over. It ain't, It don't matter what, I'm wearing my mask in my car one deep. I don't care if I'm in there by myself. I got my mask on, my gloves on. When I'm in the house, I got my mask on sometimes, man. Hey, it's serious, man. You cannot take this lightly. And just because you got tested one time don't mean you're immune. You got tested. That don't mean you got an immunization shot, and then now you are just you can't get COVID now. Just because you got tested, a lot of people think, oh, I got tested, I don't have it, I'm negative. All right, cool, I'm cool. Let me go touch everybody, hug everybody, and go to all the protests, the rallies everywhere, parties, clubs, and all of a sudden I'm good, man. Look, we got to take this stuff serious. This COVID is not over, man. It is not over. I don't care how hot it get outside. I don't care how much your bills are due. It still ain't over. You know what I'm saying? We got to take all of this very seriously. You know, it's not to be taken lightly. Thank you, Congresswoman, for encouraging all of us to step up and to come get tested. You know what I'm saying? I've been out protesting, marching too. I got tested before. I need to get tested again. And that's what it's all about. You know, like I said, it's not to be taken lightly at all. And thank you for allowing me to speak.
All right, brother. Thank you. Bear with us because it is extremely important. I want to bring up Pastor Smith, who is leading in this area with his historic church. His first lady is here, where Sister Smith pop up. She gave me some love and delighted to see her. But we have marched with Pastor Smith. We have done a lot of things because he knows how serious it is to save lives in our community. Pastor Smith, please. Thank you.
Good morning to everybody. It is important that we look at taking care of ourselves. I'm kind of like Paul Wall. I see a lot of Facebook posting, a lot of jokes about this pandemic. I had a good friend of mine, colleague, mentor, Pastor Manson Johnson of the Holman Street Baptist Church, who passed with COVID-19. And so I have friends who have been sick, some of the mortuaries around here who have been affected by this COVID-19. When you have family who has been affected, we have to take this serious. I tell people it's like this. I listen to the media, but if I need to go to the dentist, I'm going to the dentist. If I want to hear a sermon, I go to the church. And so we need to listen to our medical professionals who knows about this pandemic, who knows about this virus, who are studying about this virus, who knows there's no vaccine at this time, and we need to make sure that we do mask up and that we do keep our social distancing. That is so very important. I'm kind of like Paul Wall again. I take my sanitizer with me because sometimes I may not be at a place where I can wash my hands. So we need to make sure that we do all we can, and we have to be concerned about others. I have a father who's 85 years old. I visit him every now and then now just because I want to make sure that I'm good. We have big mamas and big daddies and aunties and uncles. I just got to make it plain. We have to make sure that we look out. I have grandkids. I don't want to infect them. So we have to make sure we get that message out even to our children, to our families, and make sure that we're doing all that we can. I want to thank Congresswoman SHEILA Jackson-Lee for her hard work. I told her today that make sure you take care. We got to pray for this woman. This woman is everywhere, in every community across this country. And she's concerned about her people. Not some people, because there's no such thing as different races. There's only one race, and that's the human race. And so thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you, the Prince family, for allowing us to be here today. God bless you. God keep you.
Is there another pastor you can just call his name or somebody else is here? No?
Okay, is there any other pastors that's here that I'm not, maybe you're not aware of?
Here's one, Shiloh. Here's Shiloh. Here's Shiloh. Shiloh, here's one. Here's one, Shiloh. Here's one, Shiloh. Here's one. Hey, I have a dream today. One day. That means Tuesday.
All right, God bless.
God bless you. Thank you, Congressman SHEILA Jackson-Lee. Thank you. Thank the J. Prince family.
Don't take care of him. Don't handle him. Take care of him. Just take care of him. You what? Yeah. Take care of him, please.
Thank you, Pastor Smith and J. Prince and the Rapalot family. We're here to show our love with you from the Ecclesial Faith Church. May God bless you. Let's stay safe. As the pastor said, listen, stay safe at all times. The COVID-19 still exists. Keep your family, your children safe. May God bless you and may He keep you.
Thank you so very much. Let's pray for that gentleman. That gentleman is challenged and he has a right to be here, but we want to make sure he's safe and we're safe. Okay? So thank you. I think his spouse or sister is there with him. If he needs medical attention, let us know. Let me also acknowledge, before I bring up the UMMC team, Joetta Stevenson is the president of the Super Neighborhood. And I want to also acknowledge Sister Ernestine Lloyd at Fifth Ward Civic Club. So Sister Stevenson will, I like to call them that, will speak for them. Thank you so very much. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Congresswoman. And I'm fighting tears right now because that woman right there, that Congresswoman, she always step into Fifth Ward and actually do work. She's an elected official. We have many. But that Congresswoman always step up to back us up, stand by our side, prop us up, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And it goes without saying, I love the Prince family, because nobody can tell me these folks don't love Fifth Ward. They absolutely love Fifth Ward, because I love Fifth Ward. I was raised to love Fifth Ward. And I'm gonna tell you, when she said that there were 2 million people that have been affected by this virus unnecessarily, that broke my heart, because I'm in a community that is a high-risk community. Every scientist knows this. So why isn't we struggling to have a COVID testing site? Why? Why do I get emails as late as yesterday? Oh, Ms. Stevenson, we can't do anything right now, but we're still working on it. What? We elected you. I need the city to step up. Stop running. I need the county to step up. You have health departments. What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? You better step up. I'm not letting this go. I'm telling you that right now. This is a historic community that's gonna stay here. It's already withstood the test of time, and it is not going anywhere. And I'm not gonna start fighting for a COVID testing site here. And we need plenty of tests, just like she said. The tests have to go on, because right now, it's so few people that have been tested in the city of Houston, in the county, across the nation, that all the predictions they're making it on very little data. So you know that's some dangerous waters they're treading through right now. So yes, I'm not gonna take up too much of your time, but I'm telling you, I'm not letting this go. City, county, step up, and the state of Texas.
Thank you, Sister Lloyd. We appreciate you. Thank you, Sister Stevenson. I call them that because they are on the battlefield. Thank you so very much. Let me bring up our trustee, Kathy Buford Daniels, who's been on the battlefield with me, also representing Senator Boris Miles. We've been working together, and we're going to keep working together. Trustee, thank you for your leadership. And we have been in all her schools, so we are grateful. We're going to probably come in another school. All right, in Fifth Ward.
That's right, Traduce for life. Thank you all. Thank you, Congresswoman, for always being on the battlefield. Like Ms. Stevenson said, that every time we call her, she's always there for every battle that we have. We want to thank the Prince family, Rhonda Prince, for opening up the doors. As we know out here in Fifth Ward, whenever there's something that's needed to be done, we call on the Prince family. And don't let it get it twisted. They always step up to the plate. So I want to encourage everyone to go out and continuously get tested. Those, particularly those that were in the march last week, we're so proud of the 60,000 plus that came out to march. But we want to encourage you to come out now and get this free testing, walk up, drive through, because one thing about it, though I represent HISD and Dr. Latham and our Honorable State Senator Boris Miles, we want to encourage you to come get tested so that you won't take this virus home to your families. Your husband, your significant other, your children, we've got to remain safe and take this serious. This is not just a one-time affair, so we want to encourage everyone to go out and get tested, tested, tested. Thank you, Congresswoman.
Thank you so very much. Media, we're going to wrap this up so you can get some questions, but please allow me to acknowledge Dr. John Perry III. I don't know if he had to leave. We thank him, and we're praying for his family and the McCoy Harrison family. God bless them. We are going to hear from the UMCC team together, UMMC team, in terms of acknowledging them, but I want to make sure that I acknowledge Brother Carl Davis, who is really, he's been amazing. He's helped set up sites from far west to far east and north and west, and I want to thank him. He's Third Ward Strong. He's Jack Yates. He's been there for the Floyd family, and I want to thank him so very much for his presence. And he's representing Houston Society for Change. Give him a very big hand. God bless him. All right. Then we have Annette Barrett. Don't know if she's going to say a word, but we're going to thank her. She's part of the Rap-A-Lot family, and we are proud of you, and that is Pretty Girls Rock. But you're part of the extended family. She got on my pink. I didn't wear that today, but I got my green. I guess she need to understand what that's about, pink and green. Let me also acknowledge, stay down. Brother, I am so glad. Can I just do this? Thank you so very much. Can you just wave and give me an applause? All right. And then I want to acknowledge, and then I want to acknowledge, let him say a word. We've been together with the homeless. He never says no to anyone. And before I do that, I got to make sure I acknowledge this brother that's got the Prince boxing gym on him. And I said he was gentle with his work with this poor brother that was there, that we love, that is challenged, but he is part of our family. Thank you for handling him gently. Thank you very much. Brother, we appreciate you. Did I get your first name? Joseph. Oh, Lord. You got the mask on. Joseph, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The big baby brother. But let me just let Brother Ricky Davis with the foundation that he is working on, Legacy Foundation, and then we're going to have some truth selling by the doctor that's going to say it. Did we lose? Okay. All right, Brother Ricky Davis, here you are.
You know, I just want to thank the Prince family, for open arms up to the Ricky Davis Legacy Foundation. Here in the Fifth Ward, it's just amazing the work they do. Even from the NBA side, we hear about the amazing work you do in the community. So we just thank you for being a part of it. And Ms. Jackson, we just want to, thank you for all the work you do. With the homeless, feeding people, trying to, just be that strong pillar in the community, being that bridging the gap, that the underserved communities need. So just want to thank you, and, just keep letting everybody know that this is serious, and, we're here to bring up testing everywhere. The underserved communities need it. So, we want them to be safe and stay home, but we also need testing. So we just want to thank you for bringing this to this community and giving it what it needs. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Let me now just give my remarks as I bring up and thank, first of all, thank UMC and thank the CEO, Saeed Mohideen. Raise his hands, brother, and come on up. And, but I just, they have been unceasing. When we came on this March 19th, we were the only folk out there, not to the fault of anybody. The federal government had not provided resources to county and city. And they were on the wrong path about, as I said in my earlier remarks, show your symptoms. And then we found out that's not what we needed to do. So in the course of that, we found out that the larger percentage of those who had the cases and who were dying, as evidenced in New York when they finally got tested, were African Americans and Hispanics. The numbers go up and down. Sometimes it's African Americans, sometimes it's Latinx, Hispanics. And so we're in these neighborhoods because we're in a medical crisis, if you will. And that medical crisis has to be that it has to be answered. So I am going to restate my call, and we'll be calling the governor's office as to whether or not we can slow this process so that we can save lives. The protesters are going to continue. There's a fight for justice that we cannot stop. Black lives do matter, and they're going to continue. But as they do that, we're going to have to make sure that we protect them. And that's why we're at this place where the hip-hop community knows and the broader community knows. The hip-hop community brings their relatives and their aunties and their uncles and their cousins and brothers and sisters because we're trying to save lives. So I just want to remind you that we've got 116,000 across the nation, a projection of 170,000, but right here in Houston and Harris County, we thank the mayor, Sylvester Turner, and County Judge Hidalgo. They realize that we've got to ramp up these beds for those who are actually COVID-19 sick. But what we want to do is to put a stopgap. We want to put a friendly halt on infection by getting people tested so they can self-quarantine or isolate or get treated. That's what we're here to do. And that's what I hope the state government will hear, because it's good to give us medicine when we're sick. It's much better to keep us from being sick. And that's what I'd like to do. And so let me ask, for you to say a word, Saeed, just to say a word. And to thank you for your leadership.
Thank you, Congresswoman SHEILA Jackson Lee, and thank you for hosting us, Prince family, and the UMC is about saving lives, and that's what we want to do. And like I said, one death is too many. So you can save lives by the first step, testing. That's the first step in taking towards saving lives. And I thank from bottom of her heart, from the entire UMC team, to Congresswoman, that she has taken initial step to put us in the city, to motivate us to do what we're doing today. Thank you, Congresswoman.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Let it be known that you got goodie bags, you got meat, you got masks, and you got rubber gloves. So if that goes out on the social media, keep coming, because we're not going to run out of our meat or our goodie bags. But the main thing is you're going to get tested. I do want to acknowledge, because she is my dear friend and she will accept me acknowledging her, but nothing works or runs in my life or UMC without Judy Hebron. And I am so grateful for her. And she came this morning, and I don't want to say she lives in another land. We don't even say what land it is. But she's in another land, and so she has been her head has been buried down, trying to make sure that she's doing. Felicia Ferrer is an accountant. We're glad she's here. I just want to make sure that I got, what's the brother who are you?
Big Chief.
Big Chief. Okay, thank you. Rap-a-lot Records. Rap-a-lot Records. Just, I don't want to be rude. Okay? And I want to thank all of my staff.
Cornbread.
What?
Cornbread.
Oh, cornbread, brother! We've been loving cornbread for so long. I've got the Dr. Williams, who's flown in here from Florida. Florida is under siege. They're getting sicker by the minute, but we're trying to do some social media with them. And my staff, I want to thank you all very much. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so very much. Now, let me just say this as I bring up Dr. Joseph Barone. We've traveled a lot together. I think one of the most important steps that we've made beyond the regular people is that we got into the jail before anybody else could, and we're still trying to get into prison because the prison system is not testing the way they should. But we have lives here that we're trying to save, and so I want to now bring up the Chief Medical Officer of UMMC, Dr. Joseph Barone. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, who would imagine that we would be here 3 months later, Congressman? It's been continuous 3 months, actually 85 days, but who's counting? I mean, I've been doing this nonstop. I'm not here to scare you people. I'm not here to mention either the statistics that the government gives you. I'm here to give you our own statistics. We have tested over 55,000 people in 85 days. Of those 55,000 people that we have tested, close to 11% are positive. And you know what bothers me the most? That of the 11% that are positive, 47% are asymptomatic. So you have no idea who around you has it. There is no way to know. There is no way to know. Now, clearly, yes, testing and all that stuff, and everybody's getting very happy with the testing, but the reality, at least at our hospital, is that we're getting sicker patients. And over the last 2 weeks, we have admitted more patients than in the last 10 weeks put together. Patients are coming in much sicker. Why? Because we're blowing off Corona. As we restarted the economy, you know, Corona became like a second-hand citizen. That's a second-class citizen. Don't let that fool you. Don't drop your guard. Our patients are much sicker. The patients that I'm seeing today, I never expected to see that bad. I mean, we did everything to avoid patients from going on ventilators. We now have patients that, despite of everything we're doing, are going on ventilators. So get tested so we can know where you are. And once you know we're positive, stay away. Quarantine yourself. That's the only way, but we're going to be able to control this pandemic. Thank you, Congresswoman, for all your efforts.
Thank you, Doctor. 55,000 persons, 47% of those are positive.
Asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic. Let me get the right information. Asymptomatic, 11% positive. And that 11% can multiply. So let us be very humbled as we try to do our job. Again, we are here today until 5 o'clock. We want the nickel and all the people up and down these streets to come out today. We're not going to leave. We're going to test you. And we want you to give the word. We're taking walk-ups. That's very unusual. And we plan to listen to you, Madam President Stevenson, and Sister Lloyd, President. We're going to hear you, and we're going to spread our wings throughout the Fifth Ward territory, the nickel. And we'll work on however we can be helpful to this community and many others. At this point, I'm wanting to open it up for questions, and I'll just close by saying we have been through a tumultuous time with the pandemic of COVID-19. Our community is also hurt by the pandemic of racism. This COVID-19 has impacted communities of color in a disparate manner. But America has always come together to heal itself. Let us count this as an element of healing itself in COVID-19. Let us count our unity and recognition of each other's pain as healing ourselves as we fight against racism. And we will continue to stay in our community, and we'll be back again to be able to test so that one test is not enough. And that's our commitment today while we're here, is to make that standard that we keep sending these tests out and keep finding places to test so we can say that we have tested and tested across this county and this city. I'll take any questions at this time. Maybe about 200 cars, but they are bringing more than one person in a car. So they're steadily coming. And we're going to be able to stay here as long as they are online, but we are not coming back. We'll come back. But right now, about 200 cars with people, which may be more numbers than 200. Today, but what we do is we find sites that impacts other elements of Fifth Ward. And so we may be setting up sites elsewhere. We set this site up as a well-known, popular site where people come for refuge, come for music, come for understanding, and come for the needs they have. We knew this was going to be a good site, and we're grateful to the Prince family. We want to come somewhere in partnership with people that we said we're part of the neighborhood. We want this to be part of the neighborhood. Just come on over to your neighborhood site and then get tested. We find that that helps much better than going someplace unknown. And so we're going to look for other sites in Fifth Ward that reflect the neighborhood and have them come out. And we're going to be listening to our neighborhood leaders to pick those sites. And we're going to be calling on the state government to partnership as well with all of these people that are here. Anyone else? No questions? Again, I know that I've said this, and forgive me for redundancy, but I think we're at a sophisticated point that we can, and a point that is supported by data, that we need to slow down the opening up of government. Slow down. The state of Tennessee is doing that, and we may see some other states doing that, though we know they're moving. And I also want to indicate to my universities and colleges, please be protective of our students. I know they want to play. I know it's in their hearts, but we've got to deal with that, and you've got to reach out for testing as is needed, and we need to be there to be able to help all of these various collegiate sports teams to make sure that everything is right as they proceed to begin their season. Thank you all so very much. Let's, as they say, let's go get tested at the J. Prince Complex in 5th Ward. Everybody in the house? Everybody in the house? Everybody in the house? What are we doing today? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. What do we want people to do? What do we want people to do? And then we will save lives. God bless all of you. God bless the United States of America.
Welcome to Broadcast Houston. We are the premier festival, concert, and live event YouTube channel. If you are a lover of music, sports, or the arts, we would love to have you as a subscriber. Drop us a line and let us know which artist or event you would love to see next.